Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into generative AI. But, not the sci-fi robots taking over the world version. We're talking about a real-world business tool that is changing how companies operate as we speak. So, the big question is, how can this powerful tech actually work for you?
I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. The idea that you can type one simple sentence, a prompt, and out comes a full blog post, or a brand new marketing image, or maybe even the code for a product prototype. That is the revolution we're going to explore today.
All right, so let's get on the same page with a quick definition. At its absolute core, generative AI is a creator. You give it an instruction, that's the prompt, and it uses these incredibly complex models to generate something totally new that matches what you asked for.
Okay, there is so much hype around this stuff, right? So for this first part, let's just cut through all the noise. We're going to skip the buzzwords and get right to what this technology can actually do.
The versatility here is just staggering. We're talking about whipping up brand new text for an email campaign, generating one-of-a-kind images for your social media feed that have literally never existed before, or even producing dynamic video clips for an ad. It can even help structure other kinds of data. Really, just think of it as this multi-talented creative engine that's on call whenever you need it.
That's all cool, but what does any of this actually mean for a business? What's the bottom line? That's the real question, isn't it? So let's break down how all these creative capabilities translate into real, tangible value.
First up, a massive boost to creativity and speed. Imagine having a brainstorming partner that never gets tired, one that can just accelerate your team's idea generation. This means you can go from just a concept to a working prototype, what we call a minimum viable product, or MVP, in a tiny fraction of the time it used to take.
And then there's efficiency. And look, this isn't just about doing the same things a little bit faster. This is about automating content creation on a huge scale. The real game changer here is the massive productivity boost for your knowledge workers, your writers, your marketers, your strategists, the people whose creative work we always thought was impossible to automate. But Ann, this is a big but. All this power isn't without its risks. To use it right, you've got to understand the engine that's driving it all, know the best tools out there, and be really aware of the critical traps you need to avoid. Now, don't worry, you don't need a PhD in computer science to get the gist of this. The whole reason we're seeing this explosion in AI capability is because of a specific breakthrough called the transformer architecture. This is the magic behind the large language models, or LLMs, that you hear so much about. It's the technical key that unlocked this whole new world. And you've absolutely seen this tech in action, even if you didn't know the name for it. I'm talking about tools like ChatGPT for text, DALL-E and Stable Diffusion for images, and now, amazingly, Sora for video. They've practically become household names, and they're all perfect examples of this tech turning simple words into incredible content.
Okay, and this is where it gets really important. You have to see both sides of the coin. For every incredible power, like performing these complex, almost human-like tasks, there's a serious pitfall you have to watch out for. This technology absolutely requires human supervision to catch errors, or what the experts call hallucinations, where the AI just makes stuff up. And since it's trained on the internet, it can pick up biases or even create potential copyright headaches. You have to manage the risk to get the reward.
All right, so you know the power, you know the pitfalls. So how do you actually get started? It can feel a little overwhelming, right? But the strategy is actually pretty simple. Start small so you can get a fast, manageable win. Let's walk through how to build your very first minimum viable product with AI.
Here it is. This is your roadmap. Step 1. Don't try to boil the ocean. Pick a very narrow, very specific task, something like writing social media captions for just one type of product. 2. Use the existing APIs from companies like OpenAI or Google. You don't need to build the model yourself. 3. Create a dead simple interface, nothing fancy. And 4. And listen, this is absolutely non-negotiable. You have to manually review everything the AI creates. This is how you ensure quality and protect your brand.
So once you've got that first small win under your belt, that's when the real excitement starts. Now the question becomes, how do you scale that little success from a simple prototype into a genuine powerhouse for your business?
Well, there are a ton of ways to grow. You can expand from short little captions to long-form blog posts or even video scripts. You can branch out into generating images and video and audio. A really powerful move is integrating the AI directly with your content management system. But as you scale, that human oversight becomes even more critical. You need what's called a robust human-in-the-loop process to keep quality high. And this all brings us back to the core promise. This quote from our source material just says it all. The ultimate goal, the real business impact here, is to significantly boost the productivity of your most valuable people, your creative and strategic thinkers. It's not a replacement for them, it's an amplifier for their talent.
So after all this, here's the takeaway. The barrier to entry has never, ever been lower. The tools are right there, the plan is straightforward, your first AI prototype is literally just one API call away. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build?